World War III fears. What's next for crypto and SHX news update? What's up, guys? Here on a Sunday. Let's get into it. As always, cue my guy Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom.
Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Blackrue Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifesting. So we binge on our Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that Blackrue Investing. Best believe I was Blackrue Investing.
What's up, Blackrue crew? Of course, we'll hit you with the DCENT Wallet. Commercial why people come in here, and we're gonna hit you with that now.
Your crypto deserves the best protection. So why settle for less? DCENT Crypto Wallet isn't just another wallet. It's safe, secure, easy to use, and supports your favorite cryptocurrencies all at the touch of a button. And now with my exclusive link, you'll save $30 on your new wallet. Better security, smarter investing, $30 in your pocket. Click on the link now and secure your better security today.
What up, guys? What's up, Rob B? Been a while, brother. Hey, so everybody is freaking out. World War III fears here. I thought it would be a good episode to kind of just come on, give my opinion, get you guys' opinion, and it's like always, guys, like let's settle down, right? World War III fears. We've seen Rona. You know what I mean? We've seen Rona happen, right? So if we've been through that, what else? What else can mess up with our bags, right? Um, so as always, like calm down, right? And I'm saying that to you. I'm saying that to me. Of course, not to tell women to calm down, but we're grown men out here, right? We can all tell each other to calm down a little bit, right? But you know what I mean? Like it's all cool. It's all chill, right? Um, we are less than a month away from ISO 20022. We're less than a month away. There are already documents out there floating around that it's going to go live here in America for Fedwire. Those documents are already out here. Okay, they're already out here. So we are less than a month away from networks like XRP, Stellar, all those ISOs being live and money, real money flowing through them for the first time ever. So, hey, you know what I mean? So, of course, we should see or expect something to go down to make the market really, really, really scared before something really, 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 really big can push it forward. All right. But we'll talk about that. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. And of course, DCENT Wallet, $30 off for one, $99 off for two. If you really, really want to help the channel, even more than a super chat, this is the best way. You help the channel, you give back to the channel, and you give yourself a cold storage wallet. Okay. I'm really, really happy with my DCENT wallet. You can swap inside of it. I have my ZBCN in there. I have my XCN in there. I have my Swift blockchain in there. I have a lot of different cryptos in there. My XRP, very, very, very happy with Swift blockchain or with DCENT Wallet and having my Swift blockchain on there. But let's go ahead here and look at the chart. So right now what you're seeing is the stock chart. This is the SPY S&P 500. So with Rona, look, right? And I remember the time, you know what I mean? Like 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 Michael Jackson, if you will. That's one of my sister's lines right there. Shout out to my sis. Um we went from 338 all the way down to 216, right? Pandemonium, all this different fear, like oil stocks are dead, which is like the craziest thing when you look at oil stocks and the benefits people get from oil stocks. Craziest thing for somebody to say, right? Oil stocks are dead. This is dead. Airplanes are dead. Everything's dead, 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 dead. And if you look back, revisionist history, of course, right? But from the moment when it affected the market, right? Because actually, Rona actually hit the first cases hit in December, right? So it actually took a few months to affect the market. And then down the market goes. But in reality, the market bounced back in 6 months. Here we have August. It was already back. From February to August, it was already back. Right? Now, I'm not saying that if a world war happens, that we're looking at 6 months of down, or I should say 3 months of down and 3 months of rise is essentially what happened here. If you look at the V-shaped pattern here, it's 3 months of down, 3 months of rise. So I don't think this is something that happens here with us, but this could be something that happens, right? I'm definitely not going to be the person that sells my cryptocurrency right now. Not for me. This isn't me. I'd rather just continue to buy if things did go down like this. I would just continue to buy, right? I'm not looking to try to sell my cryptocurrency and then it bounces back immediately, right? Again, like I said, if we go ahead and share something here from Angelica Saldana, confirmed implementation of ISO 20022 message format on July 14th for FedWire Fund service on July 14th. And we already know ISO 20022 is more than just a message format, but this is how they're choosing to talk about it here with Federal Reserve Financial Services. But again, this is going to be live July 14th. And remember, if you checked out last show, David Schwartz even had something that was, kind of hinting at this like a jackpot, right? Because July is the 7th and 14 is 2 times 7. So really this date could be, you could say numerically this day is 777. 777. Yeah, 3 sevens. So technically this could be jackpot day, if you will. Okay. So if we go and look at, let me make sure here that I'm sharing. Oh no, I'm not sharing. My bad, y'all. Let me go back here and share again. Okay, there we go. So yeah, this is where Rona is here. And essentially Rona hit February 20th. And like I said, Rona cases actually happened in December. So it took a couple of months to affect the market. But, from February when it hit all the way to August, we essentially had, it only took the market 6 months in total to recover. It was 3 down, 3 up. We're recovered, right? That was Rona. And I think Rona was a bigger deal than what's happening here because, if you take it at face value, right? President Trump took out their nuclear capability. They can't use nukes if you take it at face value, right? So, you know what I mean? Like they can't retaliate, and neither can their allies to America, really. So, whereas the entire realm shut down, pretty much, right? So, yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to the stock market on Monday. But as far as the crypto market goes, taking a look at Bitcoin, it went down past 100K, and it seems like it's bouncing back up. We go to the daily chart here. Yeah, so on the daily chart, if you look at the kind of the stochastic RSI, it's definitely oversold. So it should be popping back up. On the regular RSI, it could probably be sold a little bit more. And perhaps maybe it even goes down to the 200 EMA, which would be around, if I get my little thing here. So if we draw a line, the 200 EMA, more or less. Okay, there it is. I was wondering where it was. I'll delete this line and get an actual straight line. So the 200 EMA is around 94K. So might be possible that it drops down to the 200 EMA. That'll be something to look at. But as of right now, we're at 100K. I don't think it gets even down to 94. That would be something to really, really look at. Is if it gets down to 94 and beyond 94, it would be 74. Beyond 74, basically we're at 69. I I definitely doubt that. Again, we got the ISO going live. Let me go back to that. Let me go back to that comment. So yeah, so again, we got the ISO going live on July 14th. So really, I think, of course, all the way up until July 14th, I think it's going to be tension. There's going to be like so much stuff where people are going to be like, the feeling is that you're going to want to sell. And the feeling's going to be, okay, things are so crazy, things are going so wild. The feeling's going to be, okay, I want to sell. But again, can't let this bother you. Can't let this bother you at all. Like I said, I've shown you this document here from a post that Strong SHX made. Shout out to him, Strong SHX. Let the games begin. Let the games begin from July or from June 23rd to July 11th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Voluntary period testing kicks off for the new ISO 20022 format on Fedwire funds. Okay. So he shows from the DTCC, which does all the clearing for almost everything around the world, including the stock market. They say, date June 9th, 2025. All clients, service update, product management, director of operations, treasuries, and cashiers. ISO 20022 Fedwire funds implementation, voluntary testing. On July 14th, 2022, or 2025, excuse me, the ISO 20022 message format for Fedwire funds will be implemented. This will be a single day implementation with the sunsetting of the existing FAIM or FAIM format. You will be required to use the below instructions for settlement progress payments, clearing fund margin wires, and supplemental liquidity deposits. Failure to do so will result in delays in processing and or rejection of wires. Voluntary testing of the ISO 222 Fedwire funds format will be available from June 23rd through July 11th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern each business day. Note that not all payment banks may support additional voluntary testing. Instructions on testing are included in the attached the attached appendix. Questions regarding testing should be sent to Fedwire Testing at DTCC.com and or your relationship manager. Please include relevant contact and account information for on the communication. So official, right? It's official. So shout out to this guy for this post. You know what I mean? Like, I think SHX, they already escrowed 60 billion of their supply in preparation of this. I think, man, we're so close here. There's really nothing to fear about, right? But they're gonna try to do the most to make you fear. And you know the old Buffett saying where it's like, when people are fearful, be greedy, and when people are greedy, be fearful. This is definitely a time where we should be kind of greedy, right? More or less, I'm looking at it as a sale, right? Things are on sale, but at the same time, things are going to be trying to accelerate your fears to get you to sell, if that makes sense. So, you know what I mean? Like, be on the lookout for that and understand, okay, well, this ISO date is just around the corner. Can you imagine what's going to happen to ISO 20022 cryptos and ISO adjacent cryptos like Stronghold? Well, we know Stronghold is ISO 20022 compliant. So much money is going to be flowing through these things. We may like it's going to be crazy to think about, right? It's going to be real crazy to think about. And to be less than a month away from something like this, you got to understand and got to know that the news is going to make it really uncomfortable for you. It's going to make it very uncomfortable for you to want to continue to hold. But if you're like me, right? I bought my XRP, like my first XRP in like maybe 2021, 2022, and I've been holding since, right? And to be a month away from the doorstep. You think I'm selling now? No. Not gonna happen. So, let's look at some comments here. We'll start from the top. What's up, Mike? Loves utility cryptos. Let's get it. I was in a spaces with Mike Loves utility cryptos and our guy D Black. Definitely check out that spaces on D Black's X channel, which we'll talk about in a second here. Can you give me a good buy order level on XEN or SWIFT, please? Well, you know, that would be financial advice, but those would definitely be two cryptocurrencies that I'm interested in. Yeah, I don't want to give any financial advice there at all. What's up, rude boy? First, haha. What's up, Rob B? Long time watcher. Long time. I consider you a friend, Rob. What's up, brother? What's up, Yusuf L Bay? Another Bay in the house. What's up, brother? Long time watcher as well. Salute, Chief. Appreciate it, brother. What's up, Tony S? News on ZBCN. No news on ZBCN other than I'm still high on it. And you know, again, if these ISOs go live, what do you think that's going to do for ZBCN? I think that's really good news for ZBCN as well. So, especially since they're holding Ripple news on us, right? They still haven't announced that they work with the XRP ledger. And once they announce that they work with the XRP ledger, it's going to go crazy, right? And we're still waiting for the XRP ETF, which I think is going to come very soon because Canada already announced their first XRP ETF. So I think ours is coming very soon. Dave F, what's up, my man? I see shadow banned again. Oh, what happened, Rude Boy? Are you shadow banned? What's up, E? What up, Rue? What up, fam? Hold the line. If you have some dry powder, buy the dip. Y'all know what I buy. Zebec Network. I bought a little. I got bought a little more, a little higher. Payday is this week. 10th bull cycle, so I'm good. What's up, Pharmacopoeia? What's your thoughts on XOR and loan protocol? I'm really high on loan actually. I think the whole XPR ecosystem is very slept on. I'm high on loan, I'm high on XPR, and I'm high on metal. So I really like what they're doing there. I think with the whole stablecoin law passed, the whole Genius Act passed, that XCN is going to see a lot of, they're going to see a lot of, they're going to see a lot of action from that, right? Because of their metal dollar. If I go ahead and go here and we can go to Metallicus's website, their metal dollar. Metal dollar is reserve backed in stablecoin index treasury. The treasury contains USDC, PayPal USD, and USDP within a smart contract managed basket optimized for risk distribution, mint or redeem any basket stablecoin on metal dollar. So essentially, which we know they're partnered with a whole bunch of credit unions. You can see here, credit union deal, credit union deal. We showed you some more credit union deals they've had. A credit union could issue its own stablecoin with metal dollar. So I'm really, really high on metal and its coins, both metal blockchain, their metal coin, their XPR coin, and loan coin. I'm really high on that. Because once they got this with the Genius Act, they figured out everything with stable coins. Next is going to be like kind of the yield bearing coins and like things like a loan protocol, if you will. So I think that's going to be really huge. What's up, Milk Money? Oh, and XOR. I didn't skip that on purpose. XOR. I think that's going to be a lotto ticket one. There's a lot of reason to think that XOR connects into Hyperledger. We know that it does, but it's lost like 90 to 99% of its value. So at this point, all you can really think of it as is a lotto ticket because they drained so much of the liquidity out of that thing. What's up, everyone? Hope we're having a good evening. I appreciate the updates, no doubt. Waiting to see back to $1. My G, what's up, Bugatti? Hey, man, could happen. Hey, with this ISO thing going live on 7/14, maybe we see something then. Maybe we see something when ISO goes live for the entire realm or the entire world on 11/22/25. ZBCN, definitely hit the like button, y'all. What's up, MacGyver Gold Mining Projects Africa, Zebec? Gold, all good. We just produce and sell. I can only hit the like button once. No problem. Pharmacopoeia, the Lion Tribe, which is Pride before the fall. We're still in good before the kiss of death, and the sun dies again when it's reborn on the. Oh wow. Okay, I see you completed out there. How does Iran affect the big scheme of things, or is it business as usual? How does Iran affect us in a big scheme of things, business as usual? For me, it's kind of business as usual, right? Because it's like we can look at how Iran affect us. We could look at are they going to do things to like retard or like slow down, I should say. Are they going to do things to like slow down oil flow to the US or whatever? Um, I'll leave that to the politicians and stuff like that. For me personally, I don't think that's going to stop our crypto gains. I don't think that's going to stop what XRP has. I don't think that's going to stop anything that's going on with ISO and the transition to ISO, because that's going to make things faster, more efficient, and cheaper for businesses. So, regardless of whether we're in World War III or we're not, ISO is going to move forward because that's going to be best for business. Okay. And business knows no, it knows no wars or whatever. In fact, some would say that war is big business, right? So, regardless of what happens with the US and Iran and Russia, ISO will go on, big business will go on, banks will go on, and that's just the real of it. That part is going to go on. So I don't think any of that is going to affect us as far as crypto investors. Could the market go down? Yeah, it could go down, but in that instance, I would just buy more. Right? That's personally, not financial advice. That's what I'm doing. But, to me, the worst thing you could do is try to time the market, take your money out, and then we go up. Because, again, I just showed you a really big catalyst with the ISO going live in less than a month here. So why would you be removing your money when we're less than a month from that? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Clunk City, ZDC back. Tony S. 777. Let's go. Okay, here we go. The Lion Tribe, which is the pride before the fall, through July and August. Then the Kiss of Death by Scorpio. Then the sun starts dying in November and is reborn again on the 25th. Got it. Okay. So he's going through kind of astrologically what this ISO rebirth would be, right? So again, November 22nd can be very, very huge in the aspect of ISO cryptocurrencies. Again, we have that XRP ETF very, very close by, very, very close to be approved. And what did the ETF do to Bitcoin's price? It shot it right up. So what is it going to do for XRP's price? Something to think about, especially since we just had like under $2 XRP. Something to think about. Let's Square, New Jersey in the house. Let's go. Guyver, gold mining projects in Africa create a war. Prices in their area plummet. Why? So institutional will just buy it all up at their disposal with huge amounts of cash on the sidelines, just buying up those paper hands. 100%. Let's start that comment. Again, it's that whole Buffett principle. When people are fearful, be greedy, right? And everybody's out here going to give you the fear porn of war, sell. That's what people are going to give you. Meanwhile, institutions are going to be buying. And again, what did we just have? And people will think this is kind of counter what are, if you're looking at kind of adversaries and, ops or whatever, right? Or guys and ops. Vivo Power and Flare launch a definitive strategic partnership to deploy 100 million in XRP for institutional yield. This is a publicly traded company, by the way. VVPR. June 10th. So who got in with this? Vivo Power strategic transformation is an XRP-centric treasury. Is supported by a consortium of global shareholders, right? Including His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz bin Turk bin Talal Al Saud of Saudi Arabia. So Saudi Arabian prince is also putting money into XRP. What does that tell you? Okay, and we already know XRP is a is an American company. We already seen President Trump with XRP. Like, business knows no boundaries. Business knows no adversary or whatever, right? Business is business. Okay. Flare is a 1.9 billion coin market cap enterprise backed by Ripple Labs. Okay. So, again, we already know this, right? And we can see from this, XRP is just on the doorstep of going boom, right? This involves Stronghold as well because, and here you can see the ticker, right? This involves Stronghold as well because they're related to Stellar and they're related to IBM. So, talking about this with XRP, it also includes, Stronghold because they're an ISO coin as well. All the comments are about Zebec and the thumbnails about Stronghold. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I built such a Zebec audience, and this was a Stronghold kind of thing, but to be honest, it was mostly about the war, and I wanted to see what people, possible pending war. I wanted to see people's fear level. Because really, if your fear level, and I'm interested in seeing the comments. I know there's a game going on right now too, so I'm not expecting great views. But if they're great, great. But you know, I want to see people's fears level. You know what I mean? Like, let's not do the fear thing, and let's know what we hold. Know what you hold. Okay. Um, Let's see here. So we can buy cheaper. Thank you, paper hands. I still love Stronghold. ISO 2002, exactly a 6. Saturn worship, and Saturn takes 30 years to come back around to you as you age. And that's why many people grow wisdom and knowledge around 30 to 33. Got you. Got you. Of course, my man. What's up, bro? I appreciate you being here, brother. Um, Made it to the line. What's up, Ruel? Like button smash. Ready for class. What's up, Lost Treasure? You can go looking for. Jay Share. What's up, brother? What up, though? Haters gonna hate regardless. They'll be left behind, 100%. AZ Marine. What's up, brother? Swift C and Jasmine just gonna retire me, baby, 100%. Let's go. Cloud 99. What's up, Rue? Let's go. Crypto Plumber 589. What's up? What you know about Ethena? Okay, I know this is one. I think this was on. I think Trump bought some of this. Okay, with World Liberty Financial. Let's go look that up right quick. So let's see. Yeah, let's do CryptoRank.io. I think Ethena is a platform that you can use to stake and Ethereum. Yeah, Ethena is a blockchain-based protocol on Ethereum designed to create a decentralized crypto-native stablecoin called USD small e. Okay, and when they do the little small letters like that, it makes me think about gematria. They want you to ignore that small e, but that makes me think about, okay, what does USD? What is USD gematria calculator to? So we're gonna do that right quick on this tab. Okay, there it is. It's the 19, the alpha and omega, the beginning and the end, the 19. But let me see. Just add that E in just to see what will happen. But yeah, so USD E is alpha and omega kind of 19. Of course, they got the kind of alpha and omega here too with the 8s. So 8, 8, 8. So or 4 plus 4 is 8. You can see here that's an 8. 3 plus 10 or 3 times or 3 plus 7 is 10. And 10 is another alpha and omega because of the binary, right? 1 and 0, the beginning and the end. And you know, you could reduce 10 down to 1. 1 and 0 are very, very close. There's some mathematical proofs out here where they say like, you know, 1 is 0, 0 is 1. It's another way of saying alpha and omega if you're using the binary. But here we are. Interestingly enough, if we can do a couple names like J Z, he has the 19 right there. Another rapper that I like a lot here. Yassine with 2 eyes. Bay. Mr. Mos Def. Oh, I spelled it wrong. 1, 9. So that whole 19. And if you guys listen to like 19 keys, you know, that 19 is alpha and omega, the beginning and the end. So you go back here. So it's interesting with the whole thing that happened in past with the Genius Act. Maybe this pops off even more. This Ethena. Let's listen. Let's look at what they say here about it. Ethena is a blockchain-based protocol on Ethereum designed to create a decentralized crypto native stablecoin called USDE. Unlike traditional stablecoins such as USDT or USDC, which rely on fiat reserves held in traditional banking systems, USDE is a synthetic dollar backed by cryptocurrency collateral and short-term futures positions. Ethena aims to provide a scalable, censorship-resistant, globally accessible financial system that operates entirely within the crypto ecosystem. Okay, so they're doing their stablecoin backed by, instead of a US dollar, they're backing it by ETH, which is interesting. And we know the people behind ETH, they're JP Morgan, right? Through consensus, they control a lot of Ethereum. Okay. So very, very interesting that Ethena is going to back their stablecoin with Ethereum. So very, very interesting there. Sight the dog on the chain. You believe we get a pump in July? I do. I really do believe we get a pump in July. Magic Hat, what's up, Ruel? Can't wait for this avalanche support into ISO 20022 coins, 100%. Ethena, based on synthetic dollar, went with Maple instead. Yeah, but apparently it's based on a synthetic ETH dollar. Lost Treasury go look for. War is business, biggest kind. We're gonna get paid, no fear, hold the line, 100%. Typo, no problem. I really think White Rock is going to run hard. Yeah, White Rock is kind of like that whole thing where they do the thing, the FUD, and you don't even look at it anymore. White Rock, I'm not giving up on White Rock either. I do have a few of their coins. I'm going to get some more. I think they're a sleeper for sure. Ocean View Coffee Shop, I'm buying all the ZBCN I can, 100%. That's for the dip. Thanks for the dip, 100%. Hopefully, Judge Torres can give Ripple that good judgment this week. Hey, let's see, MJ. I'm looking forward to it. Russell C, no fear. I've been in the space since 2020. That's cool, bro. Yeah, so you've seen Rona, right? My sister's in the house. Hey, Recruit, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Thank you. Yes, definitely like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't any already anyway. Yeah, we got the metrics here. I see that like 12K people are returning viewers but have not subscribed yet. Hopefully today is that day. Val, what's going on, everyone? What are the odds just Taurus rhymes with Taurus, like the bull zodiac sign? Hopefully, that's a good indicator. Nice, I like it. I love it. Uh, Gotta have that bullish feeling there. I want to be a Swifty millionaire. Me too, bro. Me too. I'm definitely my Swifty bags are packed for that millionaire status. Sports your kicks, what's up? Thank you for reposting the stream. Definitely appreciate it. Lost treasure you can go looking for. Uh, I thought that Trumpalophagus, wait, Trumpalophagus is Liberty Financial. Yes, his family, right? I live in apartment number 19 right now too. That's is it. Nice. Yeah, good vibes with that. I hear like Tesla, he would only stay in apartments like and things that added up to the number nine. So, 19, that's a good one too. Government benefits and gambling, move that money fast, 100%. Thank you for the super chat, Crypto Crossover Show. Everybody hit that like. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you, brother. Let me share your channel as well. Shout out to brother Crypto Crossroads Show. Let's bring his channel up here right quick. Wonderful to see here. And again, if you guys are looking at 335 subscribers, bro just started his channel 3 months ago, but he's a member of my community. He's in our Telegram. Shout out to the Telegram. Only, less than a cup of coffee for the Telegram there. That is a Patreon privilege there. But saying that to say, I know this gentleman has great information. He's given me information in the past. So if you're looking for some real research, definitely go over there and subscribe to bro. He's doing Lightlink and IXS. I think IXS has doubled since he started covering it. So you definitely want to check out IXS. We might be getting into that more as well. But I definitely want to have him on to talk about Lightlink. I've seen some of his shows on Lightlink. I'm very intrigued. I've already started a position into Lightlink, but we're gonna have him on because he is the quintessential, the penultimate Lightlink researcher out there. So I want to have him on so he can tell us, share a little bit of his research with us. So shout out to bro. Definitely subscribe to him if you have not already, guys. Let's go back here to Ethena again. Or where were we? Oh, I thought we were on Ethena. Okay, there we go. Back to Ethena. So yeah, this is interesting that somebody would use Ethereum to back their dollar. I could see somebody doing the same thing with XRP as well. That might exist out there already, but I don't know about it if it does. The triangle is a symbol of the Lucius Trust. Wow, he's bringing up the Lucius Trust. See, we got some very knowledgeable audience out here right now. Definitely look into the Lucius Trust if you guys haven't already. The 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 double six triangles in the circle forms a hexagon, 18 sides, 3 times 6. Ooh, wow. Excuse me, sorry. Love that. Love that right there, Rude Boy. That's some great research right there. Polaris is also an 8-pointed star. Wasn't Polaris considered the portal? Yeah, that's interesting. One thing I love about Polaris is it's crazy that it doesn't really move. They say that it moves, but from our vantage point, it doesn't really move. So that's interesting. That's interesting to say the least about Polaris. Lucis Trust started in the United Nations. Gotcha. Swiftcoin Hoarder, what's your price prediction for Swift? 33 cents is my price for my price target for Swift. No price predictions besides price targets. Caden, do you think ZBCN will go down more? Thinking of buying more? Let's go take a look at the chart. I doubt it. I doubt it. You can see here on the day chart, it's way oversold. Here with the RSI, it could go down some more, but if it went down some more, like if it really truly wanted to go down a lot, a point to look at would be the 200 EMA, which is like 0.022. I doubt that it gets that far down. It already crossed the 50 EMA here. I guess the next point, even before the 200 EMA, would be this the end of this red here on the GAN fan, which let's draw a line for that. That would be another point to watch, like 26, 27 area. Um, we could see maybe it goes down there, maybe it doesn't. But you know, until we get around to the 714, I think there's gonna be a whole bunch of like shenanigans, right? We also have the new moon cycle coming up. Let me see if I can put the moons cycles on here. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. So yeah, I guess we are heading towards the new moon right now. So let me bring something up right quick while we're looking at that. I'll look at the moon cycles. So yeah, we were okay, yeah, we're really close to the new moon. So this will probably be like the biggest of the falls in the new moon time. If we go back to the chart. It's kind of crazy because ZBCN has tended to go up towards the new moon because it moves kind of almost, it seemed to have moved in the inverse of Bitcoin because usually Bitcoin goes down when the new moon hits. And we can see that if we can bring up a Bitcoin chart here. Okay, that's crazy. I guess it was full moon instead. So it tends to go down towards the full moon, I guess. And up on the, that's interesting. On the okay, so yeah. Okay, got it. So yeah, so here, let me see. Yeah, so if you can see here towards the full moons, you can see Bitcoin kind of going up. And then when we get the new moons, it goes down. So it's a little bit out of phase here in that, this is like a quote World War III. This is a black swan event. So it's moving out of phase. like not when you would normally expect it to kind of go down, but I guess I mean that's what you get when you get something that's like a black swan-ish type of thing. Um, you know, so here we are, new moon, it's going down. What can you say? But let's go back to Athena again. Yeah, nobody, I guess nobody expected Trump to just, bomb Iran, but that's that's what happens sometimes. Black swan events happen. I think Rue's price prediction, yep, it's 33 cents. And what's up, Phantom Beat? 33 cents is awesome. ETH back coins are no joke. That's actually huge for altcoins. Staked ETH in bank soon too. Yep, 100%. 100%. Shenanigans. Let's see here. Did I miss the SHX talk? Yeah, we did very, very quick SHX talk. But another thing we can cover about SHX is they've already this 60 million, or I'm sorry, 60 billion coins, they've already locked it up. So if you guys are not aware, shout out to, I think it's Captain X. Okay, I'm gonna mess this up. Let me go ahead and find his information. 1 second, guys. Okay, here we go. So let's share this. Captain X has shown us that they've locked them up. So he pinned this 60 billion SHX tokens locked up on escrow as it seems. So they've already locked these up. So can you imagine what's gonna happen when when ISO 20002 goes live, and we already know they've locked up already 60 billion of their tokens for Stronghold. So another coin did this, and that was XRP, and they shot up from like, gosh, it was something like in the cents to like $3 by doing this. So again, Stronghold could do the exact same thing. Like the supply right now is 100 billion. They're gonna put 60 billion of it in escrow, and let me see here. If you go to Coin Market Cap, I think. Let me go to Coin Market Cap right quick. If you go to Coin Market Cap, you'll see the supply. Okay, so yeah, if you scroll over the blue check mark, self-reported supply is 15 billion and change. So once they escrow the 60 billion, max supply is going to be like 15 billion. So I think this is going to do wonders for SHX's price. Like people are sleeping on this. You got the 60 billion escrow announcement coming, where they officially tell us that it's, well, we see it on chain. It's already done on chain, but they're going to give announcements with it. And of course, SHX itself is going to go even higher once the ISO goes live, I'm really, really bullish on this in the short term and the long term. But short term, it's going to be bananas, bro. What's up, brother man? I believe the United Nations has a massive stone underneath their meeting spot. Oh, you guys are getting real deep with it out over here. Let me go. I didn't show you guys the supply. So look here, it says, I hope you can see that 15 billion max supply. So that's really, really good for strongholds. And they got the 60 billion locked up in escrow. I already did a show and showed you how when XRP did that, their price went from cents all the way up to $3. Maybe we see something similar for Stronghold. I said that multiple times, so I hope people aren't sleeping on it out here. Stater SD, liquid staking ETH, BNB, Matic, and HBAR. Look into it, folks. What's up, Gomes? Kaden, I'm just so burnt out from buying dips. Wind Moon. Again, we just said on here for you, like 714. Pharmacopoeia, the Anunnaki came from Polaris, the portal, also known as the North Star, and it's the compass logo on the map as well. Controlling your poles. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, that's the show, guys. I just wanted to hit you guys with that. I'm sure some people are watching the game, and this was not a Zebec show, so it wasn't as big as normal. But in the comments, put SHX. Don't let me know that you got to the end. SHX in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out. Peace.